Hello and welcome to Something for the Weekend, our brand new show with our lovely brand new neon sign where we are celebrating same sofa multiplayer, or in this instance, opposite sofa multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm glad you've addressed that, Rob. It still counts. We're in the same room.
The same room.
You know what we mean.
Yeah, well, basically today we're going all back to mine, Dave.
Right.
Which is something I would say to my friends if I was inviting them all back to my house for some party games, because we're talking about party games today.
Yes.
We love a good party game at Access.
Oh, we do.
You can play them competitively or cooperatively.
I guess. I've only ever played them competitively, to be honest.
I mean, this is true.
Yeah.
But the key thing is, they're all just brilliant fun. These are games that you can play, 4-player split screen, and it's just a right laugh all the time. And we have picked out 8 of our favourite party games that we think you absolutely must play. Few things have tested the teamwork and professionalism of the PlayStation Access office as much as supposedly team-based kitchen title Overcooked, and its even more frantic sequel, Overcooked II. Tasked with fetching, preparing and cooking ingredients for simple meals in kitchens apparently designed by MC Escher, you and your friends will be subjected to pressures you never thought possible and will end up screaming to each other about things you never dreamed plausible, needing more chopped tomatoes, the fire spreading across the burger assembly area, and of course, the portal that's going to close soon and leave us with 3 undeliverable plates of sushi. Overcooked 2 is manic fun that you can play as a big messy team of 4 or in 2 versus 2 multiplayer, and trust us, if you can survive this, you can survive anything. Next up, we've got Playlink titled Frantics, a game you can control using your smartphone, so it's absolutely perfect for impromptu gaming sessions at family gatherings where you might not have enough DualShocks to go around. Frantics is essentially a collection of absurdly fun mini-games. There's Chair Riots, which is basically curling on office chairs, Para-Choo-Choo, which is all about falling down faster than everyone else but crucially not forgetting your parachute at the end, and Friendless Runner, a game where you run while avoiding bad things and simultaneously pushing your friends into them. And that's just 3, there are tons more. It's riotous fun, and also you get to take funny selfies at the start and then see them appear in game, which is like a 10 out of 10 experience on its own. Some classic party game experiences don't need reinventing, just replaying endlessly, and Super Bomberman R is the perfect example. The explosive grid-based multiplayer hit follows the same formula as it has forever, and honestly, why would it change? It's the perfect cat and mouse balance of hiding and striking, laying traps and keeping an eye out for ambushes set by your opponents. Yes, it looks fresh and updated, and yes, there are cool guest characters like Ratchet and Silent Hill's Pyramid Head, but the core here is the same Moorish, precisely balanced blow-em-up it always has been. Get involved for 4-player bombing action on PS4. Oh, Stickbold, you beautiful, cruel, wonderful, painful game. Stickbold giveth, and then Stickbold smacketh you with an unexpected environmental hazard just when you were definitely about to win. If this is the first you've seen of GameSwing's insane dodgeball 'em up, then yes, the game is every bit as mad and brilliant as it looks. Stickbold is an Access favourite, a stone-cold couch multiplayer classic that we keep coming back to time and again. The premise is pretty simple: pick up the ball, chuck it at everyone else. But you're not just contending with other players. Vans or waves or sand sharks are waiting to ruin your day, and brilliantly, anyone who's been knocked out gets to sabotage remaining players by chucking in even more hazards like geese or psychotic floor waxers. And when you throw in modes like handyball, oh, what a game. If you've got a group of friends over, you simply have to play Stickbold together, okay? Nippon Marathon is the newest and, let me just double check, yes, also the strangest game on our list. The kind of mad, brightly costumed, just random enough to be amazing contest that appears to us all in fever dreams or on late night Japanese television. The basics are that it's a 4-player race through streets, fields, nightclubs and shopping centres, all filled with bizarre obstacles and power-ups, with the aim being to secure points by leaving opponents off-screen, Micro Machines style. Like channel favourite Gang Beasts, we're not sure Nippon Marathon is the kind of game you can actually get good at, and that's what makes it perfect for an impromptu party session. Who wins is a distant secondary concern behind how funny it is that the game is happening at all. Towerfall Ascension is a game that will test your reactions and your relationships. A game where underhand alliances are formed whenever one of you starts pulling into the lead, and where last-ditch changes in direction can mean the difference between victory and defeat. As with many titles on this list, the premise is simple: gather arrows and shoot them at other people. But you've got to remember, players can loop across the map, jumping through the bottom and reappearing at the top. Arrows can clang and deflect in mid-air, and being good is less about having quick reactions than feeling where you need to be at any given time. You have to become one with your arrows. Think like an arrow. Be the arrow. And then be dead, probably, because you didn't see your friend whizzing up behind you and plugging you in the back. Our next entry, Tricky Towers, is like the anti-Jenga, a game where you're building towers towards a lofty goal in the sky with Tetris-style blocks, towers that can and will collapse as the pressure builds and your wonky foundations buckle. The key to winning Tricky Towers is building yourself a good foundation. Nath has one here, I sadly don't, and yeah, that's why that happened. Throw in the fact you can deploy special abilities to sabotage your friends' building efforts, and you've got a game that's about trying to reach your goal with careful strategy and planning, while secretly seeing how your friends are doing and ruining their day if the answer is too well. In that sense, you could say Tricky Towers is a microcosm of how I like to live my actual life. The genius of our final entry, Ultimate Chicken Horse, is that it's a platform game you build before you play. The game itself is a fairly simple platformer. 4 players take their animal characters from one end of a side-scrolling level to the other. But the level is built by those same 4 players, each taking turns to place a piece, slotting in traps and hazards aimed at hobbling their opponents, leaving them a clear run at the flag. The trick is to try and make the levels hard enough that somebody fails, nobody scores if everybody gets to the end, but not so tough you can't conquer your own creation, the perfect, finely balanced foundation for a super replayable party classic.
So there you go, that's our list of 8 of the best PS4 party games. Although I've got to be honest, I basically watched up until Stickbold, and then I started playing Stickbold, and then I don't know what happened after
It's
that.
so compelling.
It's a blur.
You just can't stop playing it.
Just go and play Stickbold right now, it's so good. Let us know in the comments below which of the games we mentioned you love. Let us know if there's any we missed. I'm sure that there are, and we'd love to get our hands on them. Do like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything else from the world of PlayStation.
For the players.